Welcome back to the channel. Monica Loop here at The Love Messages. So today we are going to be doing a reading from the 7th to the 14th of May. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be links in the description box for a personal reading with me if you so choose. Now Virgo, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge is the Five of Swords, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune upright, okay? So your biggest challenge here for you, Virgo, for the second week of May, we are in Taurus season, so this is a very important time for you. Lots of opportunities that are available for you. Your challenge here is the Five of Swords, okay? And the challenge here with the Five of Swords is competition, competitive energy, cutthroat energy, really just you know, stepping on toes, doing whatever. And that's your challenge, right? Your challenge here is to remain in this place of being very cordial, being very planted in one's thoughts and ideas in a way that is not too aggressive, okay? Now, of course, the Five of Swords can mean a number of things. That's why I always clarify the challenge to get more information. But I feel like this has a lot to do with the third party, okay? I don't know why I'm getting that, but I'm getting third party vibes, third party energy. Of course, we're gonna clarify that and we're gonna get more information for you, okay? Okay. All right, let's talk about the recent past. Now, in the recent past, Virgo, you have the Six of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the Four of Wands. So in the recent past, it was very clear here that you got into a relationship. This relationship led to a lot of success for you, a lot of recognition, and it could have led to marriage for many of you here in the past. Okay, we're going to clarify and get more information in a moment. Now, in the present moment, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Five of Wands, and you have the Devil. So in the present moment, it appears as if there's a conflict. It is showing up for you because something here has been very unhealthy. Okay, it's in relation to a relationship that you're involved in. In the recent past, you started to have a relationship. It was great. It was amazing. It was very successful. But something here is bringing up some form of a challenge. And a lot of you are shutting yourself off from it. A lot of you see the challenge, you see the conflict, and you're saying, just ignore it. Just pretend like it's not a big deal, okay? But you see, ignoring something and pretending it's not a big deal actually hinders an ability to create change that is very much needed. I'm seeing 11:21 on the clock. Please comment below what 11:21 means in angel numbers. I will like your comment, I will pin it, and it will really help the community to really understand what's happening in the present moment, because there's something that's very unhealthy that's happening in the moment, and either you're ignoring it or the person that you're dealing with is ignoring it, and it's leading to more of a conflict. And as a result of that, this is why something here needs to be addressed, okay? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what needs to be addressed moving forward. Now, in the near future, you have the Knight of Swords, you have the Sun, you have the Hangman. So somebody here is taking action in the near future while the other person isn't taking action. So it seems that somebody here is not on the same page here in the near future. There's a lot of reflection that needs to take place. I did mention this to Taurus. It could just be an overall thing that you need to know in terms of the earth energy, but the sun is here, so there's potential and there's hope for the situation, and we'll talk more about that and what you need to know in a moment, okay? Now, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Virgo, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Swords. So after something here ends or comes to an end, there will be an opportunity. A lot of you are holding on to the fact that something here ended. You're very disappointed at the fact that something here ended. A lot of you are saying, why did this happen? I don't know how I'm going to live again. I don't know how I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But you have to understand there's a reason why this situation needs to come to an end, because there's something bigger and better that's coming into your life, okay? So without further ado, let's hop right into your reading and let's clarify all the details. Let's clarify your challenge. Okay, so your challenge is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is clarified by the Tower, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands. There's that Five of Wands again. It keeps coming up. It's almost like an irritation. I'm getting like a rash here. It's irritating. Something's irritating you. Comment below and let me know. You have a rash, something's irritating you, something's been bothering you for quite some time. Something's itchy. I'm feeling itchy from this. Comment and let me know, okay? All right, so Five of Swords here is your challenge. So your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with not feeling like you need to step on people's toes, okay? Not feeling like you're a victim, not feeling like people are against you, okay? Even if people are against you, even if people are saying you're this, you're that, you're whatever, the reason why something in your life is coming to an end and it's crumbling, a lot of you are asking, why is this crumbling? Why is my life crumbling? Why are things in my life crumbling? You want to know the truth? Do you want to know the truth, Virgo? Do you really, okay, step into my office. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. I'm going to tell you why something here is crumbling in your life. The reason why this situation is crumbling in your life is because it wasn't stable to begin with. It wasn't stable to begin with. A lot of you got involved in something and it looked stable. It felt stable at one point, but because there's some sort of major changes, there's major changes that are happening in the sky. And when I talk about major changes, I'm talking about, first of all, your Saturn was in, if you're a rising Virgo, Saturn was in your 7th house. So relationships needed work, but that's moving out now, okay? North Node is there now. That's changing. Everything is changing for you. So something here is changing and there's a bit of this clash that's happening right now for you, okay? And for many of you, if you don't want this situation to come to an end, if you do want to salvage this, whatever's left of it, there's a need to really look at this situation from a perspective of how can we bring structure here? Because something is out of balance. It's not like somebody is going to argue and complain about something if there isn't a problem. There's a problem, but somebody's ignoring it or they've been ignoring it. And instead of addressing the issue, it's led to this feeling of, well, maybe this is done. Maybe we're at rock bottom now. Maybe this is just not for me, right? So there's this competitive energy. And remember, nothing grows in this competitive, angry, toxic energy. There has to be understanding here. There has to be collaborative energy here. There has to be a strong foundation that is set and placed before you completely move on from this situation. So if this is a work project, if this is a relationship, if this is competitors that you're dealing with, if this is a home that you're living in, something here needs to be restructured in your life. And this week is going to be that week where you look at the situation, you say, okay, what are the grievances here? Why is this person pissed off? Why is there a conflict? What's happening? Really dig deep into this because that's who you are. You're a service person. You're there to service. That's the whole point of your existence, okay? A lot of you may not agree with that, but as a Virgo, that is what you're great at. You're great at being of service. And here's the thing, when you are of service and you put yourself in that position, all the things that are meant for you, all the opportunities that are meant for you, which is what you don't see coming, are what is going to come into your life. But it is going to require you to really be analytical about the situation. And one of the things that you're great at doing is being analytical. You're great at really pulling things apart and really getting in there and getting into the details and really making sense of what something really truly needs to be. So your challenge here is not to just be in this competitive energy where you are being avoidant or you are saying, you know what, it's done. We can't seem to come to an understanding. This is about what are the issues within this connection, within this situation that I'm involved in, and what do we need to do to rebuild the trust here? What do we need to do to rebuild and restructure this situation so that we're not in conflict, so that we're not at each other's throats? That's going to be a big part of your challenge because you know what? It's so easy to just throw something away. It's so easy to say, you know what, it's done, I'm moving on, whatever. But the hardest thing is to really look at something from a perspective of how does this need to be rebuilt? Analytically, how does this need to be rebuilt? How can we take the passion that we have to rebuild something that works for all of us? This is going to be a big part of your challenge, okay? And this is why the first card here in terms of the clarification deck is you, which is the Hermit. And what does the Hermit do? The Hermit reflects. There's a lot of reflection that needs to happen here before you move forward, okay? So this is what I'm seeing for you. Now let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify everything. Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands. So in the recent past, there was a beautiful, very successful marriage union. Maybe you moved in with someone. Maybe you purchased a home here in the past. There was a lot of stability here in the past for you. You have the Queen of Swords, which is clarified by the King of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So in the recent past, it was very clear that somebody had a lot of love for you. You ended up in a relationship, commitment, connection. This relationship that you ended up getting involved in could have been including or involved in your work. Maybe there was some work that you and this person did together, or it was just working so well here in the past that there was so much love and just so much abundance here in the past for you. I do feel that there was a lot of success in your career here in the past. Maybe you made a lot of money. Maybe you were recognized for something great that you did. We have the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ten of Pentacles. So in the recent past, I do strongly feel that there was, again, a lot of abundance. You manifested this, you created this, and it resulted in a beautiful and strong connection, relationship, moving in together, buying a new home, maybe fixing your home here in the past. We have the King of Wands, the Hermit, and you have the King of Pentacles. So in the recent past, there was a lot of this reflection about your relationship, you know, where you came from, where you were going here in the past. So, you know, great things happened in the past, but I think a lot of you needed to take time here in the past to recognize why certain things in your life happened on a level of greatness. There was a reason why something here great happened. And it happened because a lot of you took the time to reflect. Okay. So the more you reflected on things, the more you recognized where you were coming from and where you were going, it really helped you to put things in perspective. And it really helped you to realize, oh, that's how I can have a successful relationship, or that's how I can have a better career, or that's how I can be recognized for something great that I'm doing. So a lot of reflection led to success for you here in the past, which may be something that you need to do in the present moment, okay, before moving forward. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the present moment, because things get extremely interesting for you. Okay, bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. Somebody won't let something go in the present moment. No matter what they do, they're holding on to it. Again, need for reflection here. Two of Swords in the present moment at the top of your reading, which is the main important message that you need to hear. Something is blocked from you. Something's closed off, blocked. A lot of you are asking, why is this blocked from me? Why don't I have access to it? Why, you know, why is this happening to me? And the truth is, Virgo, a lot of you don't see something for what it is. You only see one side of the story. You don't see both sides. And this is what's really going to be detrimental to you. If you don't look at both sides, and I'm talking about analytically, like you usually do, how you nitpick at everything. That is your nature. That's what you're supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you nitpicking at something or looking at something in detail. That is your nature, and that is what you do. It's like a dog. When a dog barks, you're not going to tell the dog to shut up, because that's what a dog does. A dog barks. That's its nature. So really understanding your nature in the present moment is really going to help you see something for what it is. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. A lot of you in the present moment feel taken advantage of, or you feel like a person in your life is being taken advantage of. I do feel like there's been inconsistency in love in connection to a person that you're dealing with. And this is why there's been a lot of this closed off energy. I also am getting deception here, lies, dishonesty. Some of you want to know if someone's been lying to you or cheating on you. And one of the things that has been my motto, and you can comment below, we don't look at words, we look at actions, okay? I want you to comment that below. We don't look at words, we look at actions, because the actions that people do in front of you is how they truly feel about you. And if you are ignoring those actions that these people are taking in front of you, or this person that you're inquiring about, if you're avoiding that, then you're missing the bigger picture. It's better to look rather than just hear. Somebody can tell you, you know what, Virgo, I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of your life. But then their actions are not in alignment with what they're saying. And this is why somebody here is not interested anymore. They're saying, no, I'm not interested, because I feel like I'm being taken advantage of. I feel that your words are not in alignment with your actions. And as a result of your words not being in alignment with your actions, I'm not hearing it. I'm not going for it. And this is why there's a conflict in the present moment, okay? With the Five of Wands, there's a conflict. Maybe you don't see eye to eye with certain people. Some of you are working with somebody and they just don't see eye to eye with you. They just don't. It's just leading to constant conflict. The Five of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Wands. You have the Moon and you have the Queen of Pentacles. So in the present moment, somebody here, and I feel like this is you, Virgo, could be somebody that you're dealing with, but somebody here is expressing how they truly feel. There's a really important message here. Somebody is speaking from their heart. They're saying, look, this is why this conflict's happening. I don't want to be in conflict with you. I don't want to be angry with you, but we need to address the issues. The issues need to be addressed here, okay? And this is what's somebody's trying to get through to the other person. What are the issues? Well, the issues are, something's been very toxic, the devil. Something's toxic, unhealthy, needing to look at something for what it is. It's a relationship that you're involved in. There's something here that happened in the past, maybe lying, cheating, deception, dishonesty. Whatever happened in the past, it led to something toxic that's currently happening in the present moment. Now, the biggest message here for you, Virgo, is to recognize the opportunity that is available right now. It's a small opportunity to move forward from this. So the important question that you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to see in the present moment that I'm not seeing? What do I need to analyze in the present moment that needs to be restructured and rebuilt? What am I ignoring? What am I running away from? What am I pretending that isn't important? Because every time you ignore the situation, it gets worse and worse. Every time you say, don't talk to them, just ignore them, pretend like it's not happening. The problem's not going to go away. It's not. You're going to have to look at it for what it is. Okay. And I know that's hard. I know I'm being harsh in this reading. I know a lot of you are going to watch this and say, I'm unsubscribing. I don't want to watch, but listen, it's the truth. And that's all this channel is. All this channel is pure and utter truth. That's it. I'm just going to come here. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you in your face. You're going to like it. You're not going to like it. Oh, well, there's fairy tale fantasy readers online everywhere. Okay. There are a dime a dozen. I'm not one of them. Okay. So in the present moment, there's an issue and you need to be honest with yourself. You need to crack down. You need to open up the problem, sit down with yourself and deal with the issues one at a time. And when you do that, that is what's going to lead to opportunity in your life. Opportunity can't come in unless you are open to it, unless you recognize the things that are holding you back from it. Okay. And this is what the message is for you in the present moment. Okay. Now let's talk about the near future. Let's clarify everything. A little bit of a harsh message in the present moment, but it's very much needed, Virgo, very much needed for you. You see how much I care? That's how much I care. Sometimes I wish I didn't care so much, but that's my nature. Okay, let's clarify everything. Okay, this was here actually. Okay, all right. So star at the bottom of the deck in the near future, a lot of healing is going to be needed. If you really truly want to repair this situation, a lot of healing is going to be needed. That means really cracking down on getting back to this place of your health and your well-being. This is going to be critical. Now, the Knight of Swords, which is my action card, somebody here is taking action, which is a good sign because right now, somebody is not taking action in the present moment. There's problems, but in the near future, it's obvious that action needs to be taken. You have the Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Two of Swords. If you want to save your marriage, some of you are married to somebody and you want to save the marriage, you really need to be open to action that needs to be taken and something within the marriage or the commitment needs to be let go of, okay? So I'm just going to throw some scenarios out there. It's not going to resonate with all of you, but I'm just going to throw some scenarios out there. Ultimately, you need to do the thinking here, okay? I can only lead you to the river. I can't force you to drink. I can't put your head down and force you to drink the water. I'm telling you, hey, you're dehydrated. You need some water. So I'm going to take you to the river. I'm going to show you the water. I'm going to say, here's some clean water, and you're going to have a choice. This is what's happening for you in the near future. In the near future, you have a choice to take action, to open yourself up, and to really ask yourself why something didn't work in your marriage or why something didn't work in your commitment, okay? And again, when I talk about commitment, I don't just necessarily mean relationships that are legally married and binding. Some of you are dating somebody or it's your work situation or whatever. There's something you've committed yourself to. You don't want to let it go, but there's also a roadblock here. There's something, it's like you're trying to move forward and you can't. And the reason why that's happening is because you haven't addressed the issues in the present moment. So some of you think, oh, I'm just going to ignore this situation. It's going to go away on its own. No, it's not, hun. It's not. It's going to keep happening until you recognize what it is and then address the concerns. And what's interesting is you have an opportunity now. Once the sun enters into Gemini, things get harder for you, okay? So you either take advantage of the opportunity now or you ignore it. But when you finally take action towards the situation and you let your guard down and you stop being defensive, you stop thinking that everybody's against you, and you look at your actions in the situation, the more you're gonna recognize what you need to let go of. And that's what's gonna help you see something from a bigger picture. And that's what's gonna help save this commitment that you want in the near future, okay? Now the Hangman is here. Some of you are gonna do absolutely nothing. And some of you are gonna comment and say, yep, you're right, Monica, I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. And you know what? You don't have anybody else to blame but yourself. When the opportunity passes you by, it's because you didn't take the action that you needed to. The Hangman here is asking you to be in reflection mode in the near future, because a lot of you are hurt. Three of Swords, you're hurt and you're pissed off that something happened and it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. But the beautiful thing here is when you reflect and you stop rushing into something without thinking, you really take time to really think about it, you're gonna move into a new direction. And this new direction that you move into is gonna make you very happy. There's a very strong potential here for success, but it's only gonna happen, Virgo, when you get clear on something. When you sit down and you reflect and you pull all the pieces apart. It's like you wanna understand why and how this person works or how this situation works. You need to pull the parts, the pieces apart, and understand the function of this situation. I'm not saying to diminish your value. I'm not saying to drop your values or drop your morals. I'm saying follow through with what you truly believe in. That's what's going to lead to success. But what's going to ultimately lead you to a major opportunity and success is when you really look at something for what it is. And that's your biggest challenge here for this week. It's a harsh reading. It's like a burn. It's like but how are you going to grow? You're going to grow by me telling you you're great and amazing all the time? No, you're not going to grow like that. Okay? You need to be under pressure. You're a diamond and you need to be under pressure to maintain being that diamond. Okay? So let's get some advice for you. Harsh, ouchy reading. I feel burnt by this reading, but it was very much needed. Let's get some advice for Virgo. Your advice, Virgo, is the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Your biggest piece of advice here is to recognize a relationship that you're involved in. Recognize the opportunity that's within this relationship, because there is an opportunity. Some of you just don't see it. Your biggest piece of advice is to recognize this opportunity that is coming in for you. The more you ignore the opportunity and doing the things that I mentioned in this reading, the more likely it is that somebody is going to leave. Somebody here is on the brink of leaving, abandoning the relationship, abandoning the marriage, or disconnecting. And they're choosing possibly to abandon or disconnect from this because you don't see the opportunity at hand. Perhaps this is vice versa. It doesn't always mean that this is you, but essentially there is opportunities here for the relationship to get better, but it's a matter of you recognizing the changes that are needed to move forward, okay? So Virgo, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.